Yo, welcome to DJP Coaching, and in this quick tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make a Reese bass, more commonly heard in stuff like drum and bass, and along those lines. Let me just open a preset of my own and I'll show you just a quick show of what a Reese bass sounds like. Really good for sort of drum and bassy sort of stuff, jungle, all that sort of areas. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Usually you want to use something with a lot of high-end content, either a saw or a square, or you could even try a triangle, but recommended saw or square. If I had to pick two, I'll go with square this time. I do a lot of saw ones, so I want different sort of waveforms and stuff like that, and it helps you. Sometimes you can work out cool little tricks and stuff that no one else has noticed. So at the moment it sounds like that. It's gonna reverb off. Doesn't sound great, does it? But if you slightly detune them by like 6 cents, so put one down on by 6 cents, one up by 6 cents, and they will detune together at the same rate, but slightly out of time with the oscillation of them both. So they'll oscillate between the two of them. They'll sort of phase between the two. You can hear it phasing. That's where you sort of get the gist of a Reese bass. It's just these two oscillators distorted together and slightly detuning between them both like that. So if I put some unison up and detune, just fine tune that a little bit. I like something like that. You can use frequency modulation synthesis as well. I know people at Noisy and stuff like that do it. They love it. So in that case, you turn the B oscillator down, or A, whichever one you're picking, and on the middle section here, you scroll down to FM from B, and that's frequency modulation from oscillator B. And then what we'll do is, because that's turned down, that'll just be routing through this, so they'll be coming through the same one together, and it will modulate the frequency of them both again. If I turn this up, you'll be able to hear. You get better results when the second oscillator is an octave higher. I don't know why. You get the gist. Following on from that, I mean, I put a little bit of attack on there, a little bit of release, nothing crazy on it, and I probably connect that to the envelope, because, oops, connect that to the cutoff, my bad. Take the matrix off, put it on one side, and then put B on, just put them all on there just in case. I'll do it reversed. Right, trying to work it out. Just when it's sort of there we go. Okay. And then I want to add a bit of distortion on there. You could probably add a sub in there as well, but I'd do that after usually. But for this sake of this tutorial, I'll do it in here. And then maybe a little bit of distortion. I like diode 2 a lot, but I try to tone it back a little bit because sometimes it's way too much. Sometimes I even use these post and pre-effects ones. Just chuck it on a post and just leave the high end out. If you put it on 100% mix, get something like that. From this point onwards, I'll probably put it in mono, I would probably, I would have took this off personally. Oh, so you can mess around and get some crazy sounds out like that. You're just not expecting. Following on from that, I mean, there's a couple of things you could learn with the EQing and stuff like that. In a case like this, chop out 100 hertz. So I'd probably get an EQ, put it like that. I would get about 100 hertz, just chop underneath it. Even if you do it really sharp like that, and then I'd have like a little bit of a sort of dip somewhere in here, and you can have little notches and stuff that sort of filter through. That also really helps build that the motion of the sound. See that you've got the basic sound is so easy to make, but then you have to create the motion around it, and make it feel like it's still moving. Make it, add little tiny bits of variation throughout. If you're holding the note for a long period, you don't want it to get boring after like half a second. You want to, or if it's a long drawn out sort of, you're using the same sound like that, you want to at least variate it a little bit. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your music. Keep it simple. And I'll see you in the next one. Adios.